Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Back at y'all with another one, man. But before we jump into this, make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Hey, if you win anything off these predictions, man, only thing I'm asking for is your participation. Hit that like button, sub to the channel. Hit me with a comment. Let me know you want some off of it, and we're gonna continue to put separation in that win loss column, man, on that prediction record. But nonetheless, let's dive into this. And also, first, I want to thank everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far to help me reach 1,000 subs, man. Definitely appreciate it. You guys are part of the TWT family, and we're gonna rock out, man. But nonetheless. Let's dive into part 12 of the NBA Quick Hits. Um, we have, let's take a look and see. We have 10 games here today. So we're going to do the first five up, man, which is the early game. So first up, man, we got the Warriors versus the Pacers. Warriors sitting at 14-14, visiting the 14-14 Indiana Pacers. Warriors just coming off of a blowout loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. It wasn't as close as it seems. The score is indicative of, but nonetheless, that was a very hard, tough game. It was the start of the Warriors on a 6-game road trip for them. So definitely one of those games where Giannis and those boys, man, with Chris Middleton returning, looked to definitely take advantage of it, and you could see, the way they came out and played them, man, they made sure to make a statement there. But nonetheless, who do we have in this game? A good matchup. Curry's dealing with a little lingering injury. Again, so he actually could be out for this particular match. I know they have him listed as questionable for this particular game, but I would say just pay attention to it for a game time decision on whether or not if Steph is going to play or not. I'm going to assume, if I'm being honest, if it's anything that could put hamper or have something that could be a lingering effect down the line type thing for him. Definitely one of those situations where I believe the Warriors would sit him out. Also, Andrew Wiggins is going to be out for this game as well, so they're obviously missing one of their bigs for that. And then also Klay Thompson will be out as well. So again, man, this is going to be a very shorthanded Golden State Warriors team. So leading to the prediction of this, I'm going to rock out the Indiana Pacers. Looks like the Pacers are fully healthy. Miles Turner and those boys, man, Buddy Hield, Halliburton. They definitely should be able to win this game again. When you have those teams that shorthanded, that means more minutes for players, and that they look to capitalize on the opportunity to definitely showcase their skills and their talents for that, man. So for this one, I'm gonna rock out the Indiana Pacers. I feel like they'll be able to overcome what the Warriors will be bringing to the table, being shorthanded and things like that, man. It'll be very hard to overcome, and I think the Pacers will be up to the task to win that one, man. Next up, we got the Atlanta Hawks in at 14-14 versus the Orlando Magic. Hawks are dealing with some controversy themselves, injuries and things of that nature. Obviously, the whole fiasco with Trey Young and the head coach, and then you got DeJounte Murray still trying to deal with things. Collins trying to get healthy and things of that nature. Yeah, again, that's a lot to be battling with. On the flip side of that, though, man, the Orlando Magic are looking healthy. They got Pialo back, Cole Anthony back, Markel Fultz, Franz. I mean, this young team, they're exciting to watch because you never know what you're going to get. You know what I mean. When you tune into Orlando Magic's game, you have no clue what you're going to get. Trey Young is listed as questionable for this game, so I would assume game time decision. But for what I would think, they're probably going to sit him out. But again, a game time decision. So make sure you pay attention to that, especially if you're playing fantasy or anything. But on the flip side, for the prediction side of this one, man, I'm gonna rock out the upset on this one. I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic. I feel like playing at home again. The this team being healthy is extremely dangerous for any team in the East, especially if you go in with the assumption of overlooking this team or not paying too much attention to them. They definitely can find ways to get you up out of there. And they've beaten teams that went in there kind of, I wouldn't say had the same mindset, but they took advantage of whatever that team was doing, and they came away with the win. So again, on this situation, I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic to win this one. Next up after that, man, we got the Pistons versus the Hornets. Pistons sitting at 7-22, Hornets sitting at 7-20. Definitely a disappointing season for the Charlotte Hornets, but they've been dealing with obviously a litany of injuries as well. And so with that said, LaMelo could be potentially returning against the Pistons too. That's something you definitely got to keep in the books for that. For the Pistons side of thing, Kay Cunningham unfortunately is going to be out for the season. It looks like he has season ending surgery. So that's the unfortunate thing for them, taking a huge hit with the talent and what he brings to that Pistons team. But they're still out there fighting and grinding each and every game. So this is going to be a great matchup, man. But I'm gonna rock out the Charlotte Hornets on this one. I feel like they have a little more in the tank to be able to deal with it. But I would not be surprised whatsoever if the Pistons did find a way to win and walk out of there with the dub on this one. Again, two teams unfortunately underperforming, good rosters, but just at this time just dealing with injuries and underperforming as well. Next up, man, we got the New York Knicks sitting at 14-13, visiting the Chicago Bulls at 11-15. Again, another one of those matchups, man, where you look at the Chicago Bulls and definitely their record isn't indicative of the talent they put out on the court. Not 100% sure why they're not able to put that together. Yeah, I know injuries are a part of the game, and they've been hit with the injury bug bad. But at some point, man, you got to find a way to win with the talent you have on the court. And I think this Bulls team is just it's kind of been a struggle to do so for whatever odd reason. They haven't been able to put it all together consistently. On the New York Knicks side of things, man, this team is looking good. I'm sure the Knicks faithful, all the Knicks fans out there are enjoying what they're seeing, the effort that this team is giving day in and day out, man. And I'm pretty sure that again, those Knicks fans are definitely a ruckus crowd, man, and they are full steam behind you when their team is doing good. So, who do we have on this one, man? There's definitely a lot of people being out for the Chicago Bulls. You got Lonzo Ball still out, Alex Caruso is probable. AO is listed as questionable. Malcolm Hill out, and I think that's pretty much it for them. But then for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is questionable. Obi Toppin is out, and then Daquan Jeffries is out as well. Again, those are two-way players, but again, they're all still out. So these are things you got to take into account, man. With Jalen Brunson being questionable, if he's not in, it's a huge difference maker as far as on this one. But you know what, man? I'm gonna go with the upset on this one. I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bulls to beat the New York Knicks. However, I would not be surprised whatsoever if the Knicks did go in there and put on a performance and walk out the double on this one. But I'm gonna rock out the Chicago Bulls to beat the New York Knicks on this one, man. So we got that one covered there. And then last one of this part one for today. Sacramento Kings sitting at 14-12, visiting the 13-14 Toronto Raptors. A great matchup here as well, man. Chicago or not Chicago. I'm still stuck on them. So Sacramento Kings, definitely playing. Some good basketball. And again, it's absolutely a surprise to the league is seeing this team first off above 500, but secondly, looking like a team that can absolutely contend with the best of them. De'Aaron Fox has stepped up his game. That pickup of Sabonis has been huge. Bogdan as well. I mean, Kevin Herter as well. They got rid of Bogdan for Herter, so Herter's been playing his point when he's been out there. Harrison Barnes, all those guys have been contributing big time to this team, man. And you're seeing that in reflection, obviously, of the record. On the flip side of that, the Toronto Raptors have been injury littered all season long, but they're right there, basically at 500. They've been finding ways to beat these teams that they're not supposed to beat, especially with the roster they have out there. Trent Jr. has been playing huge. Fred VanVleet, Siakam when he's healthy, Scott, all these guys, man, they are absolutely contributing for this one. So who do we have on this one for a prediction of this? Get to the point. I got the Toronto Raptors winning this one, man. I feel like again playing at home, they have a full roster back. They're healthy. They'll be able to put it together. They have a team that's built to kind of deal with any team, let alone a team that's more, I would say, dependent upon De'Aaron Fox and his action and ball movement and speed and scoring. So I'm gonna go with the Toronto Raptors to win this one, man. I feel like again that the Toronto Raptors have more of the complete team, but I would not be surprised if the Kings were to win this game. But quick recap, man. I got the Pacers beating the Warriors. I have the Magic beating the Hawks. I have the Hornets beating the Pistons, the Bulls beating the Knicks, and the Raptors beating the Kings, man. That's all I got for y'all. I appreciate you coming through. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. And if you wish to support the channel, that information flowing at the bottom of the screen is also in the description of the video. Again, I appreciate you stopping through, and I'll catch you on another one, man.